It's track reviews.
Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well, and it is time for a track review. Going to be talking about this new collaborative cut, which is connected to Lil Peep, so kind of a posthumous Lil Peep track, but obviously being guided by the input and the creativity of iLoveMakonnen. So this is the second track that is dropped from Lil Peep that iLoveMakonnen has been connected to. That song that dropped a little while ago featuring XXXTentacion was originally supposed to feature iLoveMakonnen. He had input on that track at first, and then it sort of evolved into something different. But this track is featuring iLoveMakonnen and actually has Fall Out Boy on the cut as well. A lot of people in reaction to this track have been citing the fact that Peep was both a big fan of Makonnen and Fall Out Boy, which you can certainly hear in his music. And yeah, let's give the track a shot. It's titled I've Been Waiting. Let's hear what's up with it. Hopefully it's a bit more well put together than some of the other posthumous material we have been hearing lately, which has been a little thrown together in my opinion. Yeah, let's just give it a shot. Ba-bam. Okay, I'm still kind of floored as to how all of these voices came together for this one track, but still. That actually assembled pretty nicely. There were some issues that I had with it, but Makonnen, who I did not know previously, could pull off a pretty nice croon. I've been waiting for my love, waiting for my love. Sort of sounds like a swanky, old school synth pop frontman in a way. Not too bad. And the way Lil Peep's voice, even though there is just really kind of one vocal bit that they play multiple times on the track, the way that he plays against that with kind of this snotty, punkish voice, almost like I'm listening to an old school Joe Strummer recording, but with like an American accent or something, maybe with like a, more updated, like a 2000s era pop punk kind of attitude to it. The way that he plays into the song comes off pretty well too. It's definitely one of his more sort of over the top vocal deliveries that I've ever heard him record. I mean, typically his voice is pretty dejected and emotionally just flat a little bit, and obviously that's intentional to sort of embrace this very despondent, depressing vibe, but his voice was actually kind of lively for the few bits that it was included on this record. The fusion of rock and electro-pop that basically served as the instrumental was not too bad either. Liked the balance of the voices. I thought the mix was really vibrant and colorful and punchy. Again, like both Makonnen and Peep's input into the cut, the things that I didn't really care for all that much were when Makonnen sort of drifted out of the choruses to do a verse. I thought his vocalizations got kind of weird. And frankly, I didn't really care for the bits where Fall Out Boy was sort of making this very bold presence known. I'm not exactly sure how much input they had in the instrumental here. I imagine possibly quite a bit. I mean, the sound of the beat here is very reminiscent of much of what you'll find on the last Fall Out Boy album. Those elements of, yes, rock music, but also electro and electro-pop, maybe a bit of EDM as well. So all of that is kind of working together pretty cohesively, I would say, until both the underwhelming verses from Fall Out Boy and Makonnen, also the way the beat kind of shifts under the Fall Out Boy sections where it seems to go into even a stronger electro direction, which did get kind of distracting and to me aesthetically just felt really horrendous, like many other cuts off that same Fall Out Boy record, which leads me to believe that they had a pretty deep hand into the way the instrumental sort of sounded on this one. So yeah, I mean, there are a lot of spots on the back end of this cut that I don't really care for, but as far as Makonnen and Peep go, it sounds okay, though I think sort of naming the song directly after Lil Peep as if, his presence is one of the largest on the entire track is a little much and probably comes mostly down to marketing, obviously. I wouldn't say it's one of the best tracks I've heard all week or anything like that, but certainly it's pretty listenable and sugary and sweet peppy and kind of upbeat change of pace for Makonnen and Peep's material up until this point. In that respect, it goes pretty well. You know, something that's this bold of a change, I think, could have gone much worse than it actually did. But it's pretty tolerable. It's actually pretty tolerable. Just wish Fall Out Boy's contributions weren't quite so obnoxious, I guess, but I will leave it at that. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Lil Peep, Makonnen, Fall Out Boy. I've been waiting forever.